Again, this podcast is ruining my life.
Okay, tell us what's wrong with you.
What's wrong with you?
Well, no, I just think
this is we're recording. It's grievances week here on Young Hot Guys, so it's time to air your grievances.
It's also shorts and pink hat week.
Tony and I are in shorts and pink hats.
Yes.
Tony's is a sports brand. Mine is supporting the trans rights.
And
I'm
wearing
what the fuck
nothing.
now?
That's just what they are.
Okay. Well, I feel like now I'm no longer,
There's tension between me and Tony now.
I'm supporting trans rights, and Tony is wearing some frivolous piece, advertising basically a multi-conglomerate company.
Well, I'm glad I could make my stance on this whole thing clear.
They're attractive. They're very attractive. Hot and loud.
And a little bit sad.
He was the best guy around.
Oh my, is it hot in here or what?
You're an attractive guy.
It's the fabulous Tony Cantwell.
I'm talking about Shane Daniel Byrne.
How about there's a chicken, right? And it's a lovely sunny summer's day. People are kind of took it into a nice frosty kind of re-raw, right?
Yeah.
And they crack it open, and then a chicken pops out, right? A chicken puppa, and goes, back into a re-raw. What do you think of that?
Mate, just make that the ad.
That's the ad.
That's the ad?
That's the bloody ad.
For re-raw?
That's incredible.
For re-raw.
Okay.
Are you Irish Lager who sponsor our podcast?
Yes, them. The very same, and they apparently have chickens.
Yeah, they make a light fresh lager in Kilcool, County Wicklow, an independent brewery at independent prices.
Oof. Delicious.
Crack into a re-raw.
On a Saturday evening, after a long, hard week, life is hard enough as it is. Go to relax, go to chill out.
Unwind.
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 As I do, and when I really want to feel very unwound, I put on clothes that make me feel comfortable. My favorite clothes to wear. And so I was wearing my photo wildlife jumper. And I walked in.
Big pop here from Hilary.
Laughing there. This
do.
is week 9 in a row of hearing about Killian's photo wildlife thing.
The booth is meant to be soundproof, but you can hear her laugh so clearly. Go on, sorry, Killian.
Yeah, we pay 15 grand a week for this studio, and it's not even soundproof.
And that's before tax.
Yeah. You're out wearing
I'm wearing
my
photo wildlife uniform as the ranger. I have that.
Ranger.
And then I walk into the bar and I'm like, God, nice, cool guy, just walking around the bar around. I wear my cool thing. A group of good for nothings.
Wow.
That's what I call. No, I'm just going to use the language. Can we say that? Are we allowed to curse on the podcast?
Yes, you can.
Good for nothings.
Vagabonds.
Vagabonds. Let's say. Oh, I don't know if we can say
Bounders.
the V word.
Bounders.
But they start kind of squawking at me.
Squawking.
And they start doing the baby voice at me. And they start going, oh, little baby. Oh, are you a ranger?
Oh,
yes.
Oh, is this a ranger? Oh, is a ranger going to work? Is your mommy going to pick you up
Yes.
from the pub? Is you a ranger? And I was
How did you feel?
embarrassed.
I love seeing bits manifest. I love seeing bits just manifest in the real world. It's like the secret.
That's out there, our legacy. Those lads are doing our work out there in the
Thanks very
field.
much.
No, this is
Vagabonds.
This is the best thing that's ever happened to me, the photo wildlife, being a ranger, being accepted into the ranger community, being, going to the zoo and being one with the animals and the animals accepting me, accepted by Cork and as a whole Ireland. It's a big thing for me. And that has been taken away from me by the podcast.
Mockery.
I can no longer wear my photo wildlife jumper. I can still wear the hat. I can still wear the trousers and I can still wear the Gansey, which they didn't more give to me more. I insisted that I should have it.
That's very interesting.
And I can still wear those things, but the jumper, now I can't wear it anymore. And it's one of my favorite things to wear.
What you're telling us is that you're trying to enjoy yourself and just go around and the other boys are picking on you.
Come in your ranger.
Come in a ranger.
Enjoying your workshop. Would you like to know about your workshop?
You guys are really...
Sorry,
no, I actually think this is too serious for you guys. You're picking on me. You and the rest of Dublin.
How are you not maybe taking the hint that you can't go out dressed as a ranger all the time?
Those
just stop.
Those
wearing your fucking uniform.
Those vagabonds were right to do that because you can't be going around wearing the uniform of a ranger
on a Saturday night.
Hey,
your best clever.
me and Alice thought, hey, we're going to the pub. Let's dress up. Let's dress up.
Name and
Humphreys
shame
in
the
Ranelagh.
pub.
Humphreys in Ranelagh.
Yeah, great pub.
Well,
Well,
and you can
I
find
will
him
not
there
be frequenting anymore
every
after
Saturday
that.
night.
You won't darken the door of
I will
Humphreys.
not be darkening the door. No,
Top
really, it
drawer
was tough.
legends. Thank you so much.
No, do not do that, please.
You're doing mine and Shane's work when, we're obviously having fun on the weekend. We obviously we don't work the weekend, so thank you for doing our work for us.
Again, so this,
bullying the man.
and I hope you guys enjoy this last episode of the Young Hot Guys.
Oh, this is no. Your baby okay?
Well, you just don't mind them, Killian. When you're out there, you just tell them, look in the mirror or something like that.
That's
I
good.
remember I was kids were bullying me in school once,
Oh.
and my dad. It wasn't like, but it was. Well, they were just saying they were calling me a Nazi.
Yes,
that
okay,
was
yes,
the one I
yes.
got. And my mum was like, talk to the teachers or whatever, give me all this good advice. My dad said, you know what you do? You walk up to the boy who is doing it to you, and you point at him with your finger, and you say no. I was like, even as a 6-year-old, I was like, all right,
That's pretty lame.
Mum, any other advice?
I remember I was in senior infants and we had that kind of like stranger danger kind of talk, about like don't go off with strangers and don't let anyone, if someone picks you up after school or whatever, that isn't your mum or dad or whatever, don't go. And I remember my dad already had that kind of conversation with me. He was like, if someone says that they know me and I haven't told you about that, you tell them to fuck off and run away, right? I was 6. And then like literally like a couple of days later, might have been something in the news that everyone was talking about it. And then my teacher, Miss Fitzgerald, was like, and if someone comes up to you who isn't your parent, you tell them, no, thank you. And I burst out laughing, being like, that is so different from what my dad told me to do. Tell them, no, thank you. I don't want to go with you.
May I air a grievance from junior school as well?
You may.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So one time Andrew gave me a sticker. This was also around senior infants time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was delighted with my sticker, put it on my school bag. I knew it wouldn't last forever. It's just a sticker.
Yeah. Even at that age, you knew about time and the way everything withers away.
Or the bonding of adhesives to fabric.
Stephanie
Whoa.
took it upon herself
Oh my God.
to rip that sticker off. And I said something like, hey,
Yeah.
something like that. And she
Or
said,
no, thank you.
I said, why did you do that? And she said, it's Andrew's. And I said, Andrew gave it to me.
Oh my God.
And that is why she then went off to the Gael School and she had to play camogie. So I hope you had a nice life with a few broken fingers there, Stephanie,
Okay, whoa,
and bruised legs
hold
at the
them back.
Debs,
Shake.
maybe.
Whoa.
No.
You really, like, I saw the change over, you got so, I felt like I was seeing the child. Like, you got so genuinely emotionally
How
angry
dare
there.
she? It came with an accusation of theft.
What was the sticker?
I don't remember.
I remember the pain I felt.
The sticker is just a symbol, Tony.
Yeah.
It's a symbol.
Sticker stands for betrayal.
Which one of these is mine?
That one closer to you, whatever the unnamed.
We're having
Rock
an
shandy that we're
unnamed
having.
rock shandy
You
from
guys
a
are
brand.
having a twins day, and I feel like
It's
I
a short
asked
pink
what you
hat
wanted.
rock shandy kind of thing.
It was a warm day out there. Listen to this. It was a warm day out there, and we were about to come in. And I said, I'd like a cool pop. Would you like anything? And Tony said, yeah, get me something lilty. That doesn't exist anymore.
No.
But anyway, I went to go something, and Killian said, I said, do you want anything? Killian said, yeah, can I get a sparkling water? Grow up.
Grow up.
Is that
Get
actually what I sound
involved.
like?
It's exactly
Yes.
what you sound like.
Does she work for? Look, she's my uniform.
I like the bubbles in it. Don't sparkle in my nose. Did you ever have when you get a sparkling fizzy drink and the fizzy drink goes in your nose?
We talked about that. Remember your eyes go all red? Remember we talked about that the other day?
Did we?
And you were like, this is the most boring bullshit ever on the
my
podcast.
God.
No,
Oh
I
my
said, did you ever
God.
get like your
Oh
eyes going?
my
And you said that to me. This is the most boring patter ever. And I was like, yeah, we're going to get the 2FM job with it. It was on the bonus podcast. And I said, yeah, it's too sparkling, your eyes go. And now you're just dropping that shit. You were so fucking vehemently
I said
against.
I just said, didn't I
Do you
say
know
there
what?
was
Maybe-
tension between Tony and I?
Maybe,
There is.
Yeah.
maybe Stephanie had a. Maybe there
Maybe
was
Stephanie
way.
had a
I'd
point,
like to
actually.
invite her on and just hear her side of it. You know,
Well,
maybe
this-
Shane was a notorious thief. Maybe it was a boy who cries wolf kind of situation.
There's some great energy in here. I would love a psychologist to watch this and be like, look how the power dynamic shifts every 5 seconds. And then someone else is the minnow being chased by the bigger fish. Although I haven't really taken the brunt of anything
There are a
yet.
lot
Well,
of
we would
feelings.
have this kind of thing in the wildlife park with different animals.
It's pack mentality. I'm not afraid. There's a lot of feelings being thrown around, and I think the key one on my left and right, flanking me, is a lot of jealousy. You guys obviously feel towards me, and you're trying to take me down.
I won't deny it.
I
Nothing
won't
is
deny
going
you're
to
very
stop.
talented. You're very funnier than us. Whatever. Don't deal with it. Fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I'm happy
We can build
for
this
you.
dream forever. Nothing's going to stop us now.
Who's that?
Jefferson Starship.
We
Noam
can
Chomsky.
build this dream
Oh, sorry.
forever, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
Anyway, I was very stressed today because I had too many messages on my phone. So I drove home, was meant to be doing loads of things, sacked in all of my errands, was meant to go to home base to wake up some 2x4s, and I was also going to drop a load of toys off to the charity shop. And instead, I went home and I had a bath and I listened to Burt Bacharach for an hour. And that was about half an hour ago. I did that. I needed it.
A midday bath.
Midday bath. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be to that.
That's
You gave out to me for the
Pretty
price of running a bath the other day.
yeah.
That's expensive.
Yeah,
More
it's
expensive than a shower.
Yeah.
What time of day? What's peak?
Oh, peak. Isn't
gave
there
out to me
like
'cause I said it
different
was peak.
electricity
Different hours,
after 6
different-
p.m.
yeah.
or something like that?
After
Yeah.
6
It's
It's like
p.m.
the internet in the old days.
All right. Well, yeah.
you
midday bath.
probably were on internet at all times, day and night. You probably were.
I was,
allowed.
yeah.
You were just allowed.
Every time you
What
picked up the
time
phone,
did you have
hear
the bath at?
boom, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun.
Wait, what time was your bath at?
My bath today, I got into the bath at about 1 o'clock, about 1:15.
That's very odd to me.
Why is that odd?
Just feels weird because the bath is for the sort of the day's work is done. I've been out in the fields. I've been feeding the cheetahs or whatever, and then at the end of the day, I kind of
You have to get a
I
lion
wash
piss
myself
smell
off.
off.
But like to go bath in the middle of the day.
It was very it was like transcendental. It was kind of like it totally reset everything. I came out feeling like a clean boy. Cut my hair to the side.
What, did you do
Clean
scents
boy
and
from-
stuff
from
like that?
Dundalk.
I know. I
Come here to the side there.
I come here to the side.
Come
I'm a
over
clean
the
boy.
side, eh?
Yeah. Is that my own? Yeah, I felt like a real clean boy, and it was great. And it totally reset everything I needed to reset in my day. Sometimes you just need to have a bit of self care. Do you know, guys? A bit of self love.
Yeah, but
I've
baths.
never heard that expression before. Self care.
Well, I'm changing the
What's
conversation.
that about?
famously.
Doing whatever you want. You're allowed to do whatever you want all the time.
Well, there should. I mean, I know that's hacky, whatever we're talking about, but like, yeah, you should. Your attention span has been pulled off you like a little plum. You know,
Okay.
you're getting
That's
the
a
attention span
beautiful
pulled off you like
analogy.
a little plum, and a lot of time you actually just need to be like, no, actually, I need to just focus on myself here for a second. Do you know what I mean?
In the middle of the day.
I thought
1
I'd be
o'clock.
a bit more in depth. I thought I actually had a take on it that wasn't the standard self care take, but it turns out I didn't. There, so sorry about that.
Did you have time? You were by yourself in the house. You didn't have to.
Terry was downstairs,
Okay,
and I
yeah.
told her, "Don't come in."
Where's Dad? He's having another bath.
Kids were
I'll
in
be
crash.
back later.
The kids were in creche, and then I had the guilt of that, being like, "Oh well."
Where they love it.
They love it. They have a great
And
time.
they love it there.
They do actually love it there. And also, it
When
takes
you
a
go to the
village.
creche, you have to wear them blue sock shoes things.
What?
Some creches have that, I think, where you have to wear the things over like a
They're not
swimming pool
fucking
shoes.
rabid capuchins like they're children.
I'm not making
This
the
is not
rules.
Outbreak.
You're fighting me as if I studied early childhood education and I run a creche.
No, you do have to take your shoes off though. Sometimes when you go into some of the baby rooms.
There's
Yeah.
something that they do in some creches. I could be wrong here, but
Kindergartens?
in the kindergartens, but that would be
Yeah.
a little older than crash, I'd say.
Forget
but
it. Forget
the-
it. Sit down.
Yeah, bring that in. Do they have a book where they write down like the kids and if they went to the bathroom and things
They
like
do.
that?
It's on a big board.
That's
It's the
okay.
first thing I'll look at. When she sleep? When she
That-
have her dinner? She eat everything?
My friend's mum ran a crash downstairs in the house, and we went to his house drinking one time as teenagers, and we got our hands on the book and we started
Oh
my God.
right. They had like things like excellent deposit from Toby or like things like that.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. I'm
writing
actually
in.
furious.
Is that bad?
Well, I'm the top drawer jackass, as you know. So I've done mad stuff. I've broken into my old school like multiple times. I've, mooned taxi drivers when I was 17, But I don't know, yeah. I don't know, that feels like I would not want to read something forged. It's very important, you know what I mean? The kind of like the well-being of the child is quite important.
Okay.
And if I, excellent deposit, I'd be like, all right, there's some fucking issue here.
I think we were a bit more creative than that, but like, solid load from Gretchen or whatever. Is that bold?
No, I mean, it's a bit weird. But it's fine, you're teenagers. That's what that area is all about.
What was your biggest prank?
I don't know if you're much of a prankster, were you?
No,
Yeah.
much more.
Were you the Chucky Finster? I don't know about this, Tommy.
No, much. In the Scouts, we did a lot of the ones of like, you go tell the juniors to go and get something. And
Glass hammer, bucket of steam.
long stand, bucket of steam, bucket of sparks. One time we asked
Last summer exists.
this
So.
kid to get a fallopian tube.
Oh wow.
And then we watched him walk all the way over to our friend who was a girl. So, and
Oh my God.
then we watched her laughing, and then we just moved on and carrying on with our work.
course.
And then the kid came back with a piece of tube. And then that apparently had been given. So they said, "Can I have a fallopian tube?" And they're like, "Yeah, hold on." And then found a piece of tube, and the kid came back with a piece of tube. Well, I tell you, we laughed. We laughed and laughed.
We laughed about the place.
We were falling around the place laughing. We
Yeah.
were tripping over ourselves laughing.
That's incredible.
And I suppose I've never really felt happy since. You know, that age, just at the cusp where responsibilities start to creep into your life, you lose people. You know, you lose friendships end, relationships no longer continue. Parents
Stephanie,
die, so
for
do your
example.
peers. Life comes at you very quickly, and I suppose in many ways it doesn't get as ever as good as it was when we were children, with that devil may care, reckless abandon. And isn't that what childhood is for?
Well said.
Well said, Shane. Yeah.
Because everything's in front of you. You know,
It's the phones. It's the phones.
Well, actually,
I
I've
blame
been-
the phones. I blame the phones, Shane.
It's the phones.
What are you guys currently doing out off your phone for like chilling out and relaxing?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you? I mean, I'm
Without my phone?
absolutely bet into my phone. I'm bet into nicotine right now, and I'm bet into my phone. I'm like a fucking
Yeah.
fly, I'm like a little bug.
Can't get away from the thing.
What are you guys doing?
I suppose I'm married to my work in a lot of ways. I don't know how to be genuine because I'm scared the answer is that, like, no, I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
I'm on-
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'm. Do you know what I've been? You were saying you. Or what we? I forget why. Something reminded me of it. Oh yeah, I wanted to get the bedding plants. Your errands. You
My
sacked off your errands.
Yeah, sacked off my
I've been
errands.
trying to get a few of the pots ready to go out the back. You know, I've only a small space, so I can only do pots. And I haven't got. I just want to get a few little plants just to brighten it up for the summer coming in. But I haven't gone and got them.
Are you going to go to Woody's or a home base or anywhere during
Something
the day?
like that, maybe. No,
When
no
you're
one's
going,
better
will
to
we
go to
go?
them in the nighttime.
Is it?
Yeah, or the evening time because no one is there. I glided through home base the other day.
You won't get accosted by all the fans. Is that what you mean?
Not that. I mean, that's no matter what time of day or night. That's a reality of
They'll be
being
tearing
such a
away your,
huge name in
reclaimed
this country
vintage.
and internationally. But no, that is.
I'm
Is it
saying, will you
something I
go
want
with
to talk
me?
about?
I'm saying, will you go with me?
Yes.
Okay.
Invite me.
Okay, maybe I will.
Extend a hand.
Okay.
You just kissed the inside of his thumb, a place I've never seen kissed in
I
my
don't
life.
think anyone's ever been kissed there.
That's
Never.
a new place to
You
be
can call me
kissed.
Drew Barrymore because that's never been kissed.
But is you've got your plants and stuff?
I have
going?
the pots, but I have some plants going, but I need more flowers.
This isn't boring, so get that out of your head right now.
Yeah.
If you
I'm
think that's
ashamed of
boring.
who I
No,
am, Tony.
I've
I'm always
seen-
going to be ashamed at all times. I'm never going to feel comfortable. Like, I will always be ashamed. I will always assume it's terrible. Why does can we not all agree that's how we all feel? I hate myself. I hate everyone around me. Like, what? I hate my circumstances. Like, why can we not just all admit that's the problem? Stop looking for self-care options.
That's
There's
base
no
one.
need to do reformer Pilates because you'll still be sad. Like, why don't we all admit it?
Yeah, I know. I'm not though. I'm like quite good. And, you know, quite happy and quite empathetic. to
Content
others.
in your
I'm
denial.
Quite content. No, I'm just quite
No, I want to change the conversation.
the opposite way.
The opposite way.
I
Back
want to make
sadness.
it more bad. Make things more bad.
You're playing the Uno reverse card on the conversation.
I want Brezzy to do his tour, and I want Brezzy's tour, instead of being about positivity and mindfulness and mindset and exercise, I want people to be on stage joining him in wherever, the Linden Hall Arts Centre in Mayo, in Castlebar, and I want people to say, and you know, I was desperate and I was lonely and you know, I was overeating and that was making me feel bad about my body image, and he would go, stay there, stick with
Yeah,
that.
stick with that.
Stick
That's
with
a good
that.
place. Stay
Stick
there
with
with
that.
me. Okay.
Stick with that.
In
There's such a
fact-
thing called stasis, and I want you to remain in stasis. That's what I want everyone
Have
to
you
be
ever
doing.
heard of the broad plateau of life? Stay there.
Yeah.
The straits, the plains.
We're bringing out a couple of mega boxes here for you to gorge on. You sit right there in that beanbag chair.
And
for the
eat a
rest.
few bites and then stop because you're upset for buying
you're
the whole
upset.
mega. You didn't need the €20
You
one.
didn't need the whole 20
You
euro.
could have done with the €12
didn't.
one. That would have suited you fine, but you bought the €20
In fact,
one.
a spice
Sit
bag is
there,
normally too
you
much.
greedy, gluttonous pig. You pig! You beast! You hog!
I hope no one here
Again,
take offense. This is Shane talking at himself. This is kind of a projection kind of
No,
thing.
this is, I'm imagining,
we're-
I'm
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
imagining
We're
a
so
world
glad
where
you're
this
here
is
to
what's
join us
happening.
on the last episode of the Young Hot Guys podcast.
You started with the energy of saying you hate
I'm
everything.
sorry.
This is the worst thing ever
I didn't
happened
know
to
what
you.
it was unleashing. I reveal one grievance, and it turns out you guys have a whole lifetime of grievances.
It's grievances week here
It
at
is
Young
grievances
Hot Guys.
week here, and yeah, we're airing the grievances.
Do I have any grievances?
Yeah, what's your grievance?
Do I have any grievances?
If you guys have any grievances, please text us in at what's the number? You listen to
53104.
Radio 1.
Radio 1 51551.
51. Well, don't, because then they'll
No,
get all
text
their...
into Radio 1.
It'll cost you though.
Just text in Radio 1
Text your
on
grievances into
51551.
Do you know the way that's 5155 whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Not getting the number again. That probably costs you something because it's a 5 number. They could get
Yeah,
WhatsApp
get
and it could be free. You know what I mean?
Get
So-
us on 087 6797 FM 104.
Should you that's my grievance now. Actually, I've just come up with it right now. Should you airing, your grievances on the national broadcaster, should you be charged for that? I don't think so. I think if you can get WhatsApp on fucking Spin 103.8, I reckon you can get it on Radio 1. So you text in 51555 and you tell them
51551.
whatever, and you say that I want a WhatsApp number now because this is bullshit. 35 cents.
And text FM 104 saying cheers for having one. Send them a WhatsApp on
Send them-
087
I'm pretty sure
6797
2FM
FM
have
104.
WhatsApps. I think that's the only thing they have nowadays.
What about 51552?
51552? They have 51.
The 2 is for 2FM.
But I think the weekend people have like the WhatsApp thing.
Yeah. It's
Or the two Johnnies get the voice notes.
yeah.
Send us in your voice notes.
Send us in
They
your
go,
yeah.
oh, we were down and then we all fell over and sure was guys. They go,
I won't have
good.
their name.
I actually liked two. I was
like
on the
them
two.
too,
I
yeah.
liked. I
I
was
like
on
them
the
too.
two Johnnies and they were really nice.
They're great, very funny men.
A lot of snobbery around them, and I find myself just very quiet around other people slagging the two Johnnies. I don't really have a bad word to say about them.
Yeah.
And again, if you guys want us on the podcast, let's make it the 5 Johnnies. I'd legally change my name if it meant that I could be part of
What age are they?
same age as me. I was going to say us.
We're kind of the same age, you clown. Kind of.
They're the same age as me.
Same age as you.
They're 30.
They're doing pretty well.
The early 30s.
They're doing a bit better than you.
Yes, they are.
They're
very
doing
well.
great.
Yeah, they're doing better than all 3 of us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but they're kind of, whatever.
They're doing so well that they got a job at the national broadcaster and didn't need it.
Yeah.
I would claw my way into that place. Actually, I wouldn't.
What
Yeah,
would you
you
be
would.
doing on the
Yeah,
radio?
what would you be
Killian
doing,
telling us between tracks. What would you be talking about?
So Aragorn was son of Arathorn, but Arathorn, again, his lineage, we haven't really dug into that. And then Thranduil, like...
I love you, but you belong on Lyric FM for like 5 seconds on a Sunday or on a Thursday night, in between classical music.
Welcome to Whispers of the Night with Killian Sundermann. We delve into the interesting dynamics between German and Irish music, and also a few little interesting Flemish tracks thrown in there as well. This is an interesting Bach track. He was said to have written this about St. Killian the monk, who he Christianized most of Western Germany and then went south and reached the border. But then the Vatican Church, they had it out in St. Gallen, which was another Irish, during the Irish
fascinating.
monastic golden age. But anyway, here's the track from Bach. I'm trying to remember the name of the track.
Should be on the computer,
Can't
should be on the
remember it
computer
now.
in front of you.
But anyway, that's all the time I have for Whispers of the Night.
Here's my impression of a German man listening to classical music, and I'll be following that up with an Irish person listening to classical music. Tune into the RT player to get a live stream of my face. You won't be able to see it obviously on the radio. Here we go.
That's Vivaldi, though. He would have been Italian. I'm
Whatever.
trying to think of some German opera. Mozart. Could have said any Mozart. I mean, he's
He's Austrian.
obviously- Yeah, he's Austrian.
It's funny you should say, because you're talking about German and the kindergarten and Austria. There's this story I read about, there was a cop and he had to go undercover and he became a kindergarten teacher.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
Now,
yes.
he was keeping an eye on this particular family, right? Because the dad was going to come out with the kid. Anyway, one thing led to the other. Didn't he fall for a child's mother a little bit? She was kind of Elizabeth Shue type.
Okay, yeah.
Is that Elizabeth Shue?
I have to enjoy my own joke there.
You know what? It's funny you say that, right? Talk about Arnie, because I worked with him, obviously, doing the Lidl lads.
What?
Okay.
I did the voice in the Lidl ads. And I was throwing a lot of fucking brands around here, right? But
Wait,
I
what?
did.
You worked with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I worked with Arnold Schwarzenegger doing he's the face of the Parkside tools you buy in Lidl. So he's doing all these things. So like he did his bit, you know, you need performance and power, you know. And then he goes in the ad, he goes, you got this. And I go, new Parkside chainsaw, only $99.99. And then I listed off the other prices.
Yeah.
And I think he was really, he really enjoyed it. So I went.
How do you know you enjoyed it?
Well, like I know he's, obviously went through his own kind of quality control. I'm sure he got final say off, so we would have seen it, you know. But I actually was going to try and buy one of the kind of jigsaws as a kind of memento today, just to of the time that we kind of shared together. You know, I had to put my own money forward for it, but I thought it would kind of just, you know, be a nice memento of the time that we shared together. Now, unfortunately, I went to the Lidl and the middle. I wasn't particularly big, and they didn't have it.
Yeah, sometimes the smaller ones,
stock.
smaller venues,
Smaller
stores.
ones, they didn't actually.
Some of the Lidls are bigger than the Lidl. Yeah, the big Lidls and the little Lidls.
I have a voiceover grievance I'd like to share then, if we're on voiceovers.
Okay, we're moving on to voiceovers. This is like the
it's
father
not.
Ted.
It's not
Yes.
voiceovers themselves.
Move on
It's,
to liars.
it's the children on the voiceovers always are, Mummy, can we go to blah, 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 blah.
They do.
And I want other children's accents on the. What about a little Cork child? What about a little non-posh, for want of a better term, D4 accent? They're always like, when's the man from Geneva? It's always little poshos.
It's always been like the
my grievance.
face of a kinder. Like they're always the German kids, and then like you'll see like obviously they've overdubbed the German kinder ads, being like, this is real. You know, the mouth's not moving.
I miss those.
It's a full glass of milk. You know, there's a big like this stunning Aryan man who's just there. A full glass of milk. You know. So it was always kind of, the face of a German, but
they look AI. The
voice.
little kids on the Kinder thing look AI
They
before
do
AI.
look fake. Do you know what I wanted? Here's my grievance now that we're on.
Great. No,
voice
this is Grievances Week.
I'm loving it.
Grievances Week here at Young Hot Guys.
I love British people. Okay, I like British people. Okay, I have a lot of friends from England. I have friends from Scotland. Okay, I have friends who live in Scotland and England. I like the people when I lived there. They were all very nice. Okay, so I'm just going to say that.
Me and Shane haven't said anything yet because
His
we're
grievance, I think, is the
uncomfortable.
Welsh.
No, I don't have any friends in Wales. I do like the Welsh as well. Not as much. It probably goes in the order
Okay.
of Great Britain. It probably go generally like Scottish people, even though I know fewer of them, then English, and then probably Welsh. But that's not having a go.
You're going England and Welsh.
England, then Welsh, yeah. I mean, I'm not talking about the history, and I'm not talking about...
No,
I'm talking
yeah,
about the
okay.
people who live...
All right.
People, right?
Okay.
And when you buy a lot of toys, they get localized to English, and they get localized with an English accent, you know? So you might get a little dog that my daughter's playing with and squeezing the foot, and it goes, squeeze my foot! You know? Can you press the heart? You know? The purple star! And I'm just, can we not get a software company in Ireland to just fucking rip them chips? I hate the voice is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like hearing that voice all the time, right? There's something deep down and genetic in me that I can't. I find it abrasive, even though I love the English people more than Welsh people, all right? But I want a software company in Ireland to be able just to fucking rejig the chips, because I'd love it if it was all like, press me foot, you know? Press the purple heart, you know?
Yeah.
Can I have a hot... I'm going with English there again.
Take it again. Take it again.
I go,
Go again.
I gives a hug, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, something like that.
Nice. What is that? The dog?
Oh, give him
The
a
dog.
love. Give me a love. That's
Give me a love.
love. Did you ever say give him a love for like
A love?
a cuddle?
Give him a love. No.
I give him a love.
I give him a love.
Yeah,
What
for
are the
a love.
toys saying these days?
They're saying all heaps of
Squeeze
fucking
my foot.
shite.
Squeeze my
my foot. Ready, quiet, boo.
Did you have a toy called Big Frank? Do you remember him?
No.
He was.
What kind of toy is this?
Sounds like an uncle.
No. He was about, I'd say, 1.5 feet high. He was Frankenstein, and he had little tools
Oh,
in his head,
yeah,
and
I
you could
did.
prepare him.
Yes.
And he would talk as well, and he would go electric sometimes, and then you'd fix him, and he'd say, "Thank you," and then also you'd fix him, and then you'd press his heart, and it would go. I'm alive. And my brother, as children are stupid, my brother Josh, shout out to Josh,
Shout
he
out.
said,
Josh.
he said he thought that Big Frank was saying, I'm a mommy. And he thought it was just like a little gag. He was like, you have to call himself a mommy.
That's a mummy, like he's
I can't, maybe
monster.
that's it. Actually, I regret saying that now as I'm saying it. Anyway, Big Frank. Anyway, Josh lost one of his tools, and on the back of the den they did have a Big Frank there on the back of the set of the den, the kids' TV show. And I was like, wonder could we write to them and say, can we have your little yellow bit because we lost ours? We never did.
Oh my God, that would have definitely. They would have been like,
They would have done it.
we've got this lovely little letter from Josh from Hell's Cross. Josh is after losing his Big Frank tool.
That's a shocking Ray Darcy.
Yeah.
Is that? I don't know. That's just kids' TV presenter.
Okay, fine.
But the den is Ray.
He's Ray Darcy.
Is
He's
this
too old
exclusively?
for the den.
And can I say,
What
I know
sucks?
that Ian Dempsey presented it first because we'll get messages in people going, I have to say now, for me, I'm older than you even, because for me, it was Dempsey's
It was
den.
Dempsey's den.
I know. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that. And Damien McCall and the other fella who did the What's Nots.
It's kind of like when people say Prince wrote, what's that song that
Nothing compares to
Nothing
you.
Compares to You, but Sinead O'Connor made it her own. It's kind of that's sort of Ian Dempsey started.
Well,
the
you
band,
know.
but Ray,
It's very famous that Prince
Yeah.
wrote that song.
but Ray,
It's not a tidbit.
And Ray made it his
Ray
own.
made it his own.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a great analogy.
I remember when he was eating my dinner, and him and Dustin and all did that rendition, and
That was incredible,
brought us
yeah.
to tears.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit tone deaf,
Bit
at
tone
the time
deaf,
for
yeah,
the funeral.
for the-
Maybe getting
yeah.
the den to sing Nothing Compares to You
That was worth it.
as part of the, part of the funeral.
Dustin did sing for international viewers. Dustin was a puppet who was a crossbreed of a turkey and a vulture, and
He was a crossbreed. I thought it was pure turkey.
he's a turkey vulture.
I
I
swear
think
to
that
God,
means
I
he's a
thought he was pure
crossbreed. He's a turkey vulture.
I thought it was just a turkey.
He's a turkey vulture. No, am I wrong? I just make that up. No, turkey vulture.
Maybe you know.
Dustin
maybe you
needs
know.
to get in touch
Right,
with his vulture
what did he
side.
drive?
I feel like he's really
What did he
just.
drive?
The high ace van.
Highest van.
Mm.
I met all them during the filming of LOL on Amazon on
Yes.
Prime Video, and I found that it was so surreal. I was just sitting there with them talking about various things.
I was absolutely starstruck. I went up to shake Zag's hand, forgetting that whoever, well, I mean, Zag is obviously real, but whoever was kind of maybe feeding him the lines didn't know that I had my hand right in front of him. So it just was holding my hand out of these dead plastic eyes.
Yes.
And I was genuinely like, Zag, oh my God. Because Zag used to be the dumb one and then he became the smart one. They actually did a bit of a swap. Back in the old days.
Zig was more nasal. Zig.
Yeah.
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 Zig's a bit of a posho.
I don't know. I love them. And they went over to the UK TV then, and they were doing like the Big Breakfast.
Big
and all
Breakfast,
that
they were
stuff,
huge.
Ads for
Yeah.
Yacht Play, things
Yeah.
like that. But like, I don't know. It was a special time. I feel lucky to have lived through it.
It
Yeah.
was probably.
Not very great for Grievances Week. I'm just expressing
Yeah, that's
joy.
not really. Well, the grievances week could be that it's no longer around.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
grievance.
yeah.
Well, they cancelled it. Everyone loved it, and they cancelled it. It was shaping up to be something really special, bringing in musical guests who were huge fans of the Den. I mean, the kind of caliber of guests.
Oh,
they
the
could
Return
get.
of the Den.
The Return of the Den.
Oh, the
Yeah,
return
they
of
had
the
I
a
Den.
didn't
scene
watch
on
it.
airs.
I didn't watch it,
Yeah.
but
They did. Yeah.
it seemed like huge
Sinead
opportunity.
Quinlan was on airs.
Sure, yeah, I wasn't on it.
No, me neither.
I didn't watch it, but
Didn't get me on, but obviously because it was cancelled, they would have had. There was obviously
yeah,
they
sure.
would have got you and Schwarzenegger on obviously to
Yeah, well, I mean, I know someone who might be able to get onto him and ask if we'd go together. But I think that should be
Miriam
fun.
O'Callaghan does a thing where she gets people on who have like some sort of relationship, so maybe she could get you and
That'd be
Schwarzenegger
great.
on.
I
Does she
mean,
do that?
She does something where it's like brothers or people who work together or something like that. I think that'd be a good one
people
for you
who
and
falling out
Arnold.
with each other.
Yeah, maybe they get you and Stephanie on and talk about the sticker incident.
Oh, my Stephanie?
Yeah.
No, I never want to see her again.
Oh my
I
God.
never want to see that bitch's face.
I want to air a grievance as well from school.
Mm-hmm.
There was
Okay.
a boy called Francis in my school, and Resident Evil had come out the game.
Yeah.
Bet Zombies, right? And Resident Evil.
I think you've
Two.
aired this on the podcast.
I've aired it on my podcast before, but
Oh.
I want to air it again here because I haven't fully recovered from it. And Resident Evil 2 was long rumored to be coming out. And Francis said, well, I have it. And I actually have it in my house. And I was like, oh my God, tell me about it. And literally for, I'd say 3 months, I spent every day with him, and he would just tell me things. Oh, you can break down doors in it, and you can get a chainsaw. And then there's a bit where there's like a 4-headed dog, and you have to cut the dog's head off with a chainsaw. And there's like 5 different characters, and he would just say all this stuff. And then a preview of Resident Evil 2 came out in the official PlayStation magazine, and I looked at it. I'm like, well, this looks very different to what he's been feeding me for 3 months. And I brought it in, and I said, Francis, look at this.
You had receipts.
This is a picture. You can't kick down the door. There's none of that here. This is so what do you have to say for yourself? And he goes, yeah, I just lied. And he said it just like that. And I was so fucking annoyed.
Thank you for stepping up, though. He stepped up.
I mean, yes, should I have based a whole friendship on what he could offer me in terms of, information about a video game?
Yeah, of course.
Maybe I need to have a bit of a
friendships
closer
are about
look at
what
myself.
can you get out of
What can
it?
you
What are we
give me?
getting?
What are we getting here?
My best friends were the ones who got the consoles that Christmas. You know?
We never had console. We had like a Game Boy that my mum like took out because she was like, it's rotting your brains. And she got rid of it, and we weren't allowed anything like that. So I think like, if, people have kids, let your kids play the games, because you're just going to make them really shit at the games when they inevitably hang out with their friends.
Yes.
And so I was always like, loads of like people would meet up in a house, and they, it got to the stage when there was like, 10 controllers and people were doing FIFA tournaments. And it was always like, oh, I don't want to be with Killian, or some Call of Duty thing. Oh, I don't want to be with him, because I got the thing. And it was like, when you're watching your parent try and use their phone. It was like that. I was like, which one's R1? There's two R's. Why is, and which one's what? And L. Which side is L? Which one's R?
It's hard to know.
It's hard to know.
Yeah.
And like up, down, left, right, and it changes the play. And I didn't know what to do. I just get shot all the time. It was awful. It was a tough. Let your kids play the games.
Well, I disagree with you there.
Grievances.
Right? As a gamer,
Yeah.
right? As someone who identifies as a gamer, right? I want to be more like you. Right, in that you've quoted fucking you fucking read Dostoevsky in New York and fucking Paris, whatever. There you are. I don't fucking even know the names of the places. And you quote, fucking Bach history, and you speak different languages, and you go adventuring, and you kind of live in a tactile, physical space.
Yeah,
I have nothing to show for it.
And you have the most beautiful heart of anyone I've ever known.
And he's great. He's better than you, anyway.
Okay,
better than
you're
me?
funnier, but he's a better person than you are.
Okay, well, maybe the
God.
podcast has its point. Maybe
No,
the
I don't
podcast has
think
its
that.
This podcast is ruining my life.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm back on. Are you off the podcast?
Yeah, it's ruining my
Because
life.
I'm back on. I'm back in.
Listen, no,
Okay.
the tension between me and Tony is just very upsetting, and I'm on Team Killian now.
Hey,
sorry.
He is such a good person.
Okay,
Sorry, I went too close.
Come here to the team.
Share the same mic
Thinking
space.
of letting Tony into our team.
Okay, right.
What do you think?
Like from now?
Yeah, from like now. I don't know. What do you think about?
Well, okay,
I just think like he's kind of really
Say
fun.
to him and ask if he wants to join the team, and then see what he said.
Hey, Tony.
Hey,
So do you want to join our team?
is this our Ranger team?
You're off the team.
Okay.
My Morphin Powell Wangel.
Our Rangers.
Okay, you guys. I'm back off. I'm back hating the podcast. Can I air a grievance?
Yes.
Sure.
It's kind of directed at my partner, actually.
Great.
Oh, that's great.
So
Okay,
I mean,
we
just
can
a
get
nice,
behind that.
healthy place to do that.
We can all get behind
No, not really, but basically, I got my Kindle out. I started. I like to read at night, but then we have the lights on, and then one person wants to go to sleep. And so, if you have the Kindle, have a light, so you can. It's a really good solution to that. Not advertising or anything, but you can have lights off. One
Yes.
person can go to sleep, and you
Kindle
can still read.
Paperwhite.
But I haven't used it in a long time. Years, in fact. And I was scrolling through it to look for a book to read. And I was looking through all these books that I used to read as like a young man. And I was looking at them like I'm not bragging here, but these are like great pieces of literature, like Franz Kafka, Jane Austen, Dostoevsky, James Joyce, like Ernest Hemingway, and all these kind of like amazing writers. And I was
Sheila
like,
Flanagan.
Who?
What video game characters are these again?
Kathy
Croft.
Mooney.
I was looking at these. No, I don't know.
Amanda Brunker.
These more? These are more modern.
I think Amanda Brunker is up there with Dostoevsky.
fuck's
Oh my
sake.
God, an alarm's gone off on Tony's
Virginia Woolf. These kinds of people are usually exclusively
Do you
people.
ever know some people's afraid of her? Who's afraid of her? Like, they're always saying that. Like,
was
who
she
is?
following him or
Who is
something?
afraid of her? Do you know what I mean? Anyway,
But anyway, my grievance. My grievance is just that I used to. I don't actually understand my grievance, but I used to read
Great,
these
let
books.
it out here. This is
and
exactly
now
the place for
and
the
now
brand new,
I
fully
don't.
formed ideas.
I wouldn't even be able to understand them anymore. I wouldn't have the
and
time.
this is Anna's fault?
I wouldn't have the time, the attention span, or the the capability to read these books anymore. I read these when I was sort of like 20 to 23, 24. That's when I was reading that kind of stuff and engaging and watching European art films and all this stuff. I was amassing myself in the culture. Now I genuinely just sit on my phone and read all day.
Yeah.
And me and Anna were like, what? What changed? And Anna was like, well, you started going out with me. And I was like, Yeah,
And then you said, "Oh, well, you ruined my life, you fucking bitch."
yeah,
hope
that's
you did.
no. I just it ticked off a thing in my head, and I'm like, did I get dumbed down by life, and should I just be in a room somewhere, not engaging with anyone, not having a partner, not having friends,
You went
not having
mainstream.
anything, and just kind of sit in a
You've
box
gone
somewhere?
mainstream.
I mean, there was a smartphone dopamine crisis happening at the same time, but that's just a coincidence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it was. Yeah. I mean, correlation doesn't mean
Yeah.
Causation.
Causation.
Yeah, so-
Sure.
it could be the tech sort of leap and the smartphone and stuff like that. But I think it might have been my girlfriend. Yeah.
Well, I blame Anna as well
But
for
wait,
the dumbing down of our youth of this
Of our young
generation.
Killians
Of
across
all,
the nation.
not just me. No, I'm saying she's done it across the board. No, I just this kind of like
Almost thought you
I
right.
grieve. I'm not grievancing.
Mm.
I'm grieving. I'm grieving
Wow.
this kind of. I used to read more. I feel like I should read more. I'm grieving the person I was before I had my phone.
Yeah, but that's all
Or
you
Anna.
had. All you had was the time to read. You know what I mean? It's just, I think it's just to be a bit more forgiving of yourself.
And watch movies though. If it's like in the evening and I want to watch something, I'd probably be watching like Friends or something like that. I used to stick on Kieslowski and
Wow.
and
Bertolucci.
Decalogue and Bertolucci and all these kinds of people. Now I don't like.
Do you feel unfulfilled?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not exploring life to its fullest degree. Maybe I'm missing out on things.
Do you feel your brain is in atrophy?
Yeah, is that what I should be doing?
No.
Didn't you earlier promote atrophy?
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. I do support that. Well, I think
At
stick
the
with
end
that.
of doing a long day of atrophy, do you get a trophy?
No, you got nothing. And that's what life gives you. Absolutely nothing.
Lemons.
Nothing's going to happen.
I'd like to
You're not
air
gonna get a
one
prize.
final grievance.
One final grievance.
My grievance is with myself for the joke that I made, Shane. You know, I don't think that Killian's better than you.
Oh, look, that's...
Because I know I told you one time that I listed all of my friends in order of who I
You
prefer
did,
the
and I
most.
wasn't thinking
Yeah.
of that until now.
But I didn't list you. I didn't list anyone I work with in the industry in that kind of way. So
We're
I hope you don't
colleagues.
think
You
that
know
we're
our
colleagues.
wives are texting now.
Oh, are they?
Your wife and my wife are texting.
I don't like this.
What about Anna?
I don't know what the story is there.
They're worried.
Anna wasn't there.
They're worried it'll dumb them down if they talk to her.
They know.
that they know that the fucking vacuous hole of attention and intelligence. What are they talking about?
Dinner
Dinner.
for all of us, them included, even the Sundermann, the Van Sunders.
Oh, that's great.
Ah,
Yeah.
wait.
They just want to get it right before they present it to Anna, because you know what she's like.
Okay, we got to
Dullard.
do 3 solid minutes of appreciating Anna because that's the way it works.
Oh, she's amazing, and
She's
she knows you so
incredible.
well. And when
She's one of a kind.
when I didn't know what to get you for Christmas, she gave me amazing suggestions. She knows you better than you know yourself.
She's incredible. She's smart. She's funny.
She's
Yeah,
warm.
she's gorgeous.
She takes me
She's
down a
gorgeous.
peg.
She's got
she's
stunning
kooky,
eyes.
Beautiful.
She's pretty.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Lovely hair.
Yeah. Great hair.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
When she
Great
was
jabs.
crippled for a while, she had like a really cool crutch,
She did have a cool crutch when she.
which I don't know
when
where
was
she got it
crippled.
from.
Yeah, the sort of red cool crutches. Yeah. So
And maybe you don't have time to read those books, but surely the adventures you and Anna have taken along the way have been more than worth it.
you know what? Yeah. Yeah, they have.
This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. Thanks for listening to Young Hot Guys Grievance this week. It wasn't intentional grievance this week, but I will say I'm after enjoying it.
Me too. I had a great time.
I do. I feel like I got stuff off my chest, and dare I say it, I'm back in. I'm back in.
That's
I'm
great.
back in the podcast. Just do not make fun of me when I'm wearing my jumper, my uniform. I really would appreciate if you didn't.
Please. Or that's the new bit and do it all the time.
Okay, but if you're going to do that, you're going to have to go up to Shane whenever he looks somber and start
Which is
talking
regularly.
about existential dread at him. And when Tony's around, just talk about poo at him or something.
That's what I do.
That's
I
kinda
suppose. That's
his
kind of my
thing. So,
scatological humor.
Yeah, so scatological stuff. If we're going to do that, I'm taking you all down with me.
Thank you. Well, look, do you know what I think? This was exactly the podcast that I did need today, because I'm not going to lie, I was fucking miserable this morning.
Yeah.
You know, without going too
Yeah.
getting too heavy on it. So thank you, boys.
Can I promote something?
Of course.
Yeah, okay. I'm doing a gig in Longford. Woo! Where the folds are long.
Longford, you hold
Friday,
for
this
applause.
Yeah, it was like, we gave it to him because it was like I didn't know what he wanted. He's like, I'm gigging in Longford, and he like stared at us.
There was
Was
a
like,
pause. I was like,
"Ooh."
okay, that's great.
Cheers for Longford. On the 7th of June, it's going to be very good. We've got some lovely comedians, and I don't know where it's on, but it's in Longford on the 7th of June. If you look at my Instagram, you'll find it right there. Longford, we're going to have a great time. It's going to be wonderful.
Great. Have the best time.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Do you want tickets?
No, thank you, because I'm going to be performing in Vicar Street on the 14th of June, and I'm going to be in Belfast on the 6th of June, and I'm going to be in Munro's in Galway on the 21st of June, and I'd love to see you there.
Yeah, and I'm nearly finished my tour. These are the last 3 shows ever. And there's tickets for Bray and Drake and Blanchetown and the Civic and Tallaght. Those are the final 3 shows of Shane Daniel Byrne, but he's gay. Ever.
And after that, are you going to be straight? Are you officially straight?
I'm officially straight.
After that. Cool.
Do you have something prepared there?
No, I just remembered that the song was called Glory of Love. I was trying to remember.
Oh, great.
Glory of love. Okay. It's a musical ending
I'll
here.
be the hero.
I'll be the hero you're dreaming of.
Subscribe to HeadStuff Plus to get more bonus episodes weekly. You can get some great stuff on there for just a $5 a month, 2 extra podcasts. And you know what? Go out there, have a good day. You know, go grab the world.
That's great.
Yeah.
They're attractive. They're very attractive.
Hot and loud.
And a little bit sad.
He was the best guy around.
Oh my, is it hot in here or what?
You're an attractive guy.
It's the fabulous Tony Cantwell.
I'm talking about Shane Daniel Byrne.